Hello, friends. Hopefully everyone can hear me out there. Welcome to Sunday Night Spotlight. This is my monthly live stream in which I host a different guest artist each month. And we will chat and swap songs and just generally have a good time. And hope everyone will have a good time out there too. My name's Carolyn Shulman, as you can see down on the screen. And my wonderful guest tonight is Eric McEuen. And Eric is a fellow Denver singer-songwriter. That's where I'm based too, for anyone who doesn't know me that might be watching. And I can't wait to have him join me and play some of his gorgeous, beautiful, personal, relatable songs for us. So in the meantime, I am going to start us off with one. But first, I'd love to let folks know to say hi in the comments. Go ahead and let us know you're watching. Randy Port, aloha, my friend. I hope life is treating you well in Honolulu. Hi, Larry King. Hi, Mom. So glad you guys are watching. Thank you for being here. It helps when folks comment. It helps boost the stream and people's feeds, and so we can have a bigger party, right? Anyway, well, I'm going to start us off tonight with a song off my record. This song is called, so I'm trying to get my camera adjusted to a good spot here. There we go. Is that good? All right, that seems good. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Dad. Jeanette Crow, greetings. And Melinda Carter, hello. So nice to have you all here this evening. I'm so glad you've joined us. Well, I'm going to start off with a tune off my record. And it's about, I guess you could say it's about anxiety and being in a rut. And it's called The Other Side. Wish I could stop my mind running on overdrive, wipe my memory clean and start again. You'd get the best of me. Maybe that's all there'd be. No need to seek advice. No thinking twice. But that's not the world we live in. There's no boat to paradise. So I guess I'll just try swimming till I reach the other side. The other side. Well, this life won't lead itself, stuffed in a box on the shelf, collecting dust and killing time, waiting for some sign. And that's just the world we live in. There's no boat to paradise. So I know I must try swimming till I reach the other side. Well, this time is all we have, and our days are flying fast. I'm paralyzed upon the same old path. All these choices feel the same, and I cannot find my way. My broken compass cannot lead me back. Wish I could sail through the years to some future bright and clear. No rocks upon that shore, find what I'm looking for. And that's just the world we live in. There's no boat to paradise, so I know I must keep swimming till I reach the other side. The other side, till I reach the other side. The other side. Feeling good now that I got that out of me. Oh, hi, I see some more folks have joined. I want to say hello to Steve and Barb Zimmerman. Thank you for being here, you guys. And Arlene, finally in the same time zone. She lives in Pennsylvania. We met at a songwriting workshop, an online songwriting workshop with the great Jonathan Bird and Jess Klein. And are you in Colorado, Arlene? Because you're coming out for the Chicks and Patty Griffin at Red Rocks. I know. I'm going to be there too. So hopefully we can meet one another face to face there. That'd be fun. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. And thanks to my mom. My mom and dad have tuned in for every single live stream. I think maybe they might have missed one, but I think they even made that one. I think, anyway. So tonight I have a very special guest. I mentioned him earlier. I'll mention him again now. His name is Eric McEuen. He is from Albuquerque, New Mexico, but now lives in Denver. And I met Eric at a backyard house concert where I performed with some mutual friends of ours named Chris Bellinger and Barry Osborne. And Barry is a past Spotlight guest. And after the like Writers in the Round house concert, there was an open mic session, and Eric played some songs at the open mic, and I was really taken in by the songs that he wrote, and I think you'll see why. And I'm just going to bring him up. He's lovely. Please welcome Eric McEuen. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Carolyn.
How are you?
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me as a guest.
I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for joining me tonight. You have some lovely natural reverb in that room.
So I'm lucky. This is a big room, and it's a room in which I get to make music regularly. I'll just say what it is and where I am.
Sure, please.
I'm employed as music director of a very progressive church in Denver, Washington Park United Church of Christ, and that's where I am now in the church sanctuary with its natural reverb and with a good fast internet connection.
It is gorgeous, and yes, good internet for the win. I had to go get my Ethernet cable earlier because our Wi-Fi was acting wonky. No, but it sounds beautiful. How long have you been the music director there?
A little more than 5 years.
Nice. It seems like a really warm and welcoming community from what I could see online. I mean, speaking as a Jewish person who doesn't go to church, but that's kind of, I do go to synagogue, and ours is also very progressive and welcoming, and so it's nice when we can find communities of faith that welcome all kinds of folks, and that's important.
Yes, it's important to me to be part of that. I don't always talk about it so publicly, but I did want to say something about where I am. Yeah,
cool. Well, I would love to hear a song. What do you have for us this evening?
All right. I have a song that comes, there's actually a thread connecting this to the song you just did, because that song had something about your intentions or when you feel like you're your best self. And this is a song that expresses where I'm coming from or where I like to be coming from. And comes from one of those moments when I was stopped short and ask myself what was important because I was on the freeway with a beautiful sunrise in front of me. I'm on the freeway, it's moving slowly. There's a pink and purple sunset straight ahead. I'm in a hurry, sunset's not moving. Only now the light is changing it to red. And I'm glad for this reminder of something I value more than just going where I'm headed here and now. I'm on the freeway, I'm in a hurry, and there's beauty laid before me anyhow. There is beauty right before me here and now. And I'm reminded of a morning we were marching to oppose a coming war. We were angry, and on both sides of us the police were in a phalanx in a fearful show of force. And as we walked together in our anger, pain, and fear, you looked up and said, the sky's so clear, so blue. We were marching, we were angry, and you pointed out the beauty of the view. You made sure that we kept beauty in our view. You're muted, Carolyn.
Thanks. It wouldn't be a live stream, would it, if somebody wasn't muted?
Right? It happens all the time.
I was saying that that's a stunning song, and it made me a little bit tearful and just beautiful.
Thank you.
Got some applause there
Oh, nice.
from my mom. I want to say hi to Rich, too. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier, but hi, Rich. That is lovely. When did you write that one?
I wrote that. I was living in Portland, Oregon, and I actually was hurrying on my way somewhere and noticed the sunset and wrote most of it in my head before I got to where I was going. That was probably about 2009 that I wrote that.
Very nice. So when you reference marching, let's see, 2009, was there a specific thing that you were marching for?
Yes, the memory that got triggered after that, the first verse about the moment on the freeway, but the memory was from 2003 and the start of the invasion of Iraq.
Beautiful. Well, that actually segs quite nicely into the next song that I was planning to play. So I'll just talk about that a little bit. So my next tune is something I wrote about the war that's been happening in Ukraine. It started in February, and here we are. Tomorrow's August 1st, and it's still raging. And I wanted to play this tonight in particular because I saw, I think it was, I don't know if it was yesterday or Friday, but I saw this gorgeous photo that Annie Leibovitz, the famous photographer, took of President Zelensky and his wife, President Zelensky of Ukraine. And it was such a moving photo. He's like sitting behind her, and he's got his arm wrapped around her, and he's wearing his, like army green shirt. And it's like at once it captures all this tenderness, but also this like strength and courage and determination. And I can't say much else about the photo, but go look it up. I shared it actually on my personal Facebook page if anyone's friends with me on there. But anyway, it moved me to play this tune tonight. And this song is called Sunflower Seeds. I am a daughter of this seaside Ukraine town, played on these streets when I was small. My family's roots are buried deep beneath this ground. If I don't leave, I'll join them all. Our sons and brothers march right past me on the streets, waving flags of gold and blue. My prayers are no match for the dangers they will meet, but I'm not sure what else to do. My world is toppling around me as I speak. Houses and rubble on the sidewalks neath my feet. I've packed my bags and it breaks my heart to leave. I won't be a pawn in someone's Pyrrhic victory. So I gave the soldiers seeds. The air is gray and thick with ashes as I leave. The ghosts around me wish me well. I wrap my scarf around my face and try to breathe, and mark their memories where they fell. My world is toppling around me as I speak. Houses and rubble on the sidewalks neath my feet. I've packed my bags and it breaks my heart to leave. I won't be a pawn in someone's Pyrrhic victory. So I gave the soldiers seeds. My neighbor's playing her piano one last time. Through broken glass her farewell flies, each note a missile that she launches to the sky. Where walls may crumble, strength will rise. Our world is toppling around us as we speak. Houses and rubble on the sidewalks neath our feet. I've packed my bags and it breaks my heart to leave. We're not just pawns in someone's Pyrrhic victory. So I gave the soldiers seeds. Oh, I gave the soldiers seeds. Sunflowers rise above the weeds.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you.
That is beautiful.
Thanks.
And
It felt good to play it tonight.
I've heard that at least a couple of times now, and it just gets me every time. That's a wonderful song.
Thank you.
It actually made me rethink what I'm playing next.
Oh.
It's sort of how can I follow that kind of moment. But I think I'll go with what I was planning on and just give it a little breathing space in between, because this will be a different mood.
You know what? That's all good. And sometimes I like to juxtapose, like a tearjerker next to something totally different. And that can be refreshing too.
Yeah, I thought about going straight to another tearjerker, but we'll go in a different direction.
Sure.
And
Well, since we're giving things a little space, I would love to take a moment just to remind people that while we are super pleased and thrilled to provide this music tonight, it would mean so much to us as musicians and people who make a living doing this. If you feel so moved to offer a tip, we would really appreciate it. And I've got links where you can do that in the description on the video on both Facebook and YouTube if you expand the description there. But I will also, while Eric is playing this song, I'll put those links in the chat. And no pressure. And, if you're able to, we're super grateful for any support you might offer. And it means a lot to us. So thanks in advance. And now I will turn it over to Eric.
That's actually a better segue to this song than coming straight from that last song, too. And you'll see why when I get into it. I think it's already been established that I might be or have a little bit of what they call a bleeding heart. So this song kind of goes in that direction a little more, exploring my complicated relationship with my own heart. And there's something else I was about to say about it, but it escapes me. Oh, this is my newest song. It's about a month old, and this is my first time playing it for a situation other than an open mic. I wish my heart paid rent for all the trouble it causes. I wish my heart paid rent for all the expenses it brings. It's always bringing in people I don't want to see and leaving things broken and bent. For all the damage it does, I wish my heart paid rent. Just when I got these walls built safely around me, it told me it felt cold and hollow and threw open the door. Now I can't count the people who've passed on through, leaving mud and dirt and junk on the floor, while my heart keeps saying there's still room for more. I wish my heart paid rent for all the trouble it causes. I wish my heart paid rent for all the expenses it brings. It's always making me pay for these strangers that play till I'm down to my very last cent. For all the damage it does, I wish my heart paid rent. I went along with my heart's last invitation. Now I'm picking up pieces that once made up solid walls. I think there's no way to stay sheltered in here if I keep on letting it lead. So I wish it would help me pay for the things I need. But when my heart's unhappy, we're both unhappy. And when it gets hurt, it blames me while it bleeds. Wish I could find a way to finally please it, but there's always something else that it's sure it needs. I wish my heart paid rent for all the trouble it causes. I wish my heart paid rent for all the expenses it brings. It's always trashing the halls, putting holes in the walls, and leaving me to sleep in a tent. For all the damage it does, I wish my heart paid rent. Yes, for all that it puts me through, I wish my heart paid rent.
Don't we all?
Well, thank you.
Oh, what a great song. I loved it. I may need to cover that one. That's really good.
That is really wonderful to hear. I appreciate that response.
Yeah, what a fun one. Loved it, and we're getting some applause and some love. Sweet. Do you now you have a couple of albums that are out on Bandcamp, right? Are those still available for people to pick up if they're interested?
Yes, I have a solo album a live album I recorded in Portland in 2009 when I was living there, and that is on Bandcamp under my name, ericmceuen.bandcamp.com. And for those who don't know, Bandcamp is a wonderful internet site which is designed to be a very direct, to create a direct relationship between artists and fans. So I have an artist page there, and I have music there that can be streamed or purchased. And I used to be in a duo called Heartroot, and there's one of my songs that's only available on the Heartroot album, which is at heartroot.bandcamp.com.
Nice. If I can figure out the tech, the next time you're playing a song, I can put the Bandcamp link in a banner below the screen. It's a little it can be a little intimidating to be driving the show and also performing, and some people who are better planners than me will often get a third person to kind of work the magic behind the screen. But no, it's just me here. So
I've heard of those people.
Yeah. I know Rebecca Loby does that. She usually go, well, no, actually she does her own. But I've seen other folks who will have another person back there running the buttons and stuff. Anyway, and so you're originally from Albuquerque, right?
Yeah, just outside Albuquerque is where I grew up, and I ended up going to Albuquerque schools from 6th grade on.
Nice. And how did you wind up in Denver?
I came for a job. I was hired at, not this church where I am, but I was hired as music director at another church right at a pivotal point in my life where I kind of needed a next step, and that seemed like a good next step for me. That was in 2015.
Nice. And you're a regular at the Kerrville Folk Festival in Texas, right?
Yes, when I can, I love to make it to the Kerrville Festival, which is an 18-day camping out festival, the campground. In pre-COVID times, the campground would become a little city for 18 days almost, It gets very crowded on the weekends, less crowded in between. But one of the things that keeps me going is it is one of the best gatherings of singer-songwriters that I know. We gather and we share our work with each other, and we get that vital kind of heart feedback on whether our songs move each other. And actually, my first time I went there in 2005, I came away taking myself more seriously as a songwriter because of the way my songs were received there.
Oh, that's so interesting. And I've been to Kerrville once, and it was when I was in college. I got to share some songs as part of the university song. I don't know if they still do this, but it was called the University Songwriting Competition. And my friend and fellow songwriter Jen Hitt and I went down there and played some songs. And yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you described. It's such an open-hearted community of really some of the world's best songwriters go to this festival. It's just stunning, the people that you meet there.
You already mentioned Jonathan Bird. I first heard of him and then met him at the Kerrville Folk Festival.
Yeah, so I've only ever met him online. I, found out about this songwriting workshop that he does. It's like a weekend-long thing, and he hosts it over Zoom. And so this was perfect, pandemic thing to keep my creative energy going, and so I've only ever met him virtually, but he's lovely and so talented, and he's a great teacher. And gosh, I wrote two songs. Oh, I wrote one song and finished another one through that workshop. But yeah, he's great, and I'm looking forward to going to Song School, which is put on by Planet Bluegrass. here in Colorado. It's in Lyons, Colorado, which is, I don't know, like half an hour away from Estes Park, I guess. And then it's right after. So Song School is kind of, I guess Kerrville also does a song school, but it's like a 5-day long writing workshop, basically. And but it's not just about songwriting. They cover other things about, performance and all this stuff too. So I'm looking forward to that. And right afterwards is the Rocky Mountain Folks Fest, where I'm privileged to be a finalist in their songwriting showcase, and I still can't believe it. Especially after listening to there's a SoundCloud playlist, which maybe I'll share later, of all the finalists. And I'm listening to these folks and just like, they're such stellar songwriters. What a privilege, to spend some time with them at the Folks Fest. I'm really looking forward to that. So if anyone's in Colorado, I think weekend passes are already sold out, but you can still get a day pass for Friday, August 12th, which is when the competition is. And the competition starts at 10:30 in the morning, goes to about noon, I think, or 12:30. So if you're in Colorado and you're free Friday, August 12th, come support the contestants in the Songwriter Showcase. I'd love to see you there.
And that's a great festival overall, too.
I have not been yet. I've lived here 8 years, and this will be my first Folks Fest. Mainly because the scheduling, it used to be like the weekend before school, like right when school would start that Monday for my daughter, and so I was never able to go. But now they've moved it like a week or either they've moved it a week or two earlier, or school is starting a week or two later. But either way, it works out for me now, so I'm super excited.
That is exciting. Congratulations on being in that showcase.
Oh, thanks. I submitted an entry thinking nothing would come of it. And then, what do you know? Just goes to show you can't win if you don't play it right. You got to try. Just want to post this comment from John Stetson. Hi, John. Oh, is Bill Nash? Bill Nash is here.
On. Yes.
Hi, Bill.
I was just thinking of naming Bill because I usually see him at Kerrville and at Rocky Mountain Folks Festival.
He's a teacher at Song School, so yes. I will see you there, Bill. See you under the big orange tent, so I hear. The BOT. And I want to say hi to my friend Alan DeBay as well. He is wonderful. And who else have we? Oh, Carol Ann Warren. Hi, Carol Ann. Carol Ann is a friend of my mom's from like childhood, and she lives 5 minutes down the road from me now. Hello, nice to see you here. Thanks for being here. Okay, well, I've been running my mouth a lot here in this little interlude. Maybe I should stop talking and play a song. So this one is, this is another one off the record that I released a year ago. And it started off as a song that used the sun and the earth as a metaphor for a relationship. I decided that I didn't like that metaphor because there wasn't enough equality in the relationship. Like the earth gets most of what it needs from the sun, but what does the sun get from the earth? So I'm describing this problem to my husband, who in his infinite, adorable geekiness says to me, why don't you make it about a binary star system? And I laughed at him and I called him a dork, and then I realized he was right. So this is Double Stars. We are matched together, double stars. Pulsing parallel lights in the dark. Out in space, it's not so hard to see. With you right next to me, where I wanna be. Set your worries down, my weary one. Cool your burning core until the dawn. And if your gravity's too much to hold, let me be your sun till the morning comes. And as we spin through space and time on elliptical orbit lines, our love's the constant force that guides our courses through the sky. Steady now so we don't burn too fast. I need this light to last for another day. When my axis feels a little bent, when my energy is all but spent, when my wobble throws me off my track, veering towards the unknown black, your pole can guide me back. And as we spin through space and time on elliptical orbit lines, our love's the constant force that guides our courses through the sky. Steady now so we don't burn too fast. I need this light to last. On our own, the light we shed's too dim, and the cold could do us in. Other stars may beckon, burning bright, seeming warmer on dark nights, but our system's working out so far. And by chance or fate or physics, here we are. We are matched together, double stars, circling round inside each other's arms. Rising, setting, lighting up the dark. It started with a spark and a dream inside our hearts. And as we spin through space and time on elliptical orbit lines, our love's the constant force that guides our courses through the sky. Steady now so we don't burn too fast. I need this light to last for another day.
I love that. And I love that you use phrases like, what is it, elliptical orbit lines? Do I have that right?
I have to tell you how much it means to me that you highlighted that phrase, because my producer and I had an argument over it. He was like, he hated it. He hated the word elliptical in a chorus. He was just like, on principle. He was like, you can't use a word like elliptical in a chorus. And I was like, watch me.
That reminds me of the story where apparently John Lennon read a review that said he only used one-syllable words in his songs. So then he wrote the song Help with words like appreciate and I forget what other longer
And somebody,
words.
the word somebody is like 3 syllables.
Mm-hmm.
Help, I need somebody. Yeah. Wow, I never heard that. That's interesting.
But I really enjoyed that. If we had lots of time, I'd probably sing one of my cosmic metaphor songs, but I think I will save that because I'm planning to go in a different direction. I feel like it's time for the tearjerker now.
Let's do it. It's all you.
My dad died, we're coming up on the 9th anniversary. He died in 2013. This week will be the anniversary, August 3rd. But sometime after he died, I was thinking about this story from his childhood where his dad died when my dad was 9, and he was the oldest of 3 boys, and he was told, he got a letter from his grandfather after his father's death saying, you're now the man of the house. You have to take care of your mother and your brothers. He'd just turned 9 and just lost his father. And I've learned since then, this isn't an uncommon kind of story. Leonard Cohen had a very similar experience at a very similar age, for instance. But I was thinking about that and the burden that was laid on this child to be something other than a child. And that's where this song picks up. you can lay that burden down, the one you once were given. You were too young to fit inside the shoes that you were asked to live in. Still, you did the best you could. Sometimes slipped along the way. It didn't always do you good. When there was no one who would say, hey, you can lay that burden down. It wasn't right, it wasn't yours. Nobody taught you how to bear it. They just expected more and more. Still, you found your own way through, and you grew up to be a man without a model in your youth. You learned to be a husband and a dad. Now you can lay your burdens down. Your struggles here are over, and now you can be any age. No longer 69 with cancer. And I'll take what I learned from you and live it forward day by day. Part of the legacy of your life was helping me to find my way. And I can lay this burden down. Now I don't need to convince you about the ways I see things now, and the points of view I've come to. And if it's not too late to say, do you forgive me? I forgive you. May we lay these burdens down, and may peace now be upon you. May we lay these burdens down, and may peace remain upon you.
That is just lovely.
Thank you.
It's a gorgeous song.
I used to play that less, but I had an experience kind of like I just described. I played it at the Kerrville Folk Festival last year when they held the festival in 2021, which was in October because they hadn't sorted out how to do it safely earlier in the year when it usually happens. But the reception that song got when I played that for songwriters I respected there made me think I should be playing that more.
Absolutely. You played that at the backyard house concert thing in October, and that was, for me, that was the song that really, it just really reached me, and it's beautiful. And I think it offers healing for a lot of people who need it, who maybe have lost someone close to them. And it's like in my descriptions of you when I've been trying to promote this live stream, I've described your songs as so personal, and yet I think they're so relatable. And that's the art in songwriting, right? Is to find that place that, where it's it's really deeply personal and detailed and means something to you. And if it makes you feel something, it's going to make other people feel something too.
Yeah, I think so. And it's good to hear your response to that song. That's the kind of thing that I hope for as a songwriter, that it does some kind of healing for people who hear it. You know, it's a song like that in particular, where it's about taking this generational big thing and saying, what if that could be healed?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that tonight. Do you have any shows or anything like that coming up that you want to tell folks about? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Just thought I'd ask in case there's anything you want to share with folks.
These days I don't play very many, though I'm looking to get out and do more. But I can't think of anything that's coming up right now.
Okay. So, well, I'm so glad that you've been here tonight, and I think we each get one more round. I also want to send a quick thank you to the many folks who have sent tips in. I've sort of seen them coming across the screen, but I usually try to say a personal shout out to the folks that have tipped, but it can be hard to keep up with it all on my phone, so I'm not going to attempt it tonight. But you are so appreciated, and we thank you, and it means a lot to us to have your support.
Thank you.
And is there any place? So we talked about Bandcamp. Is there any other place where you might like people to follow you online?
One of these days I'll get a website back up. I'm kind of in
well,
that
like
place with my
your
music
Facebook
career.
and
Yeah.
you're on Instagram too, right?
Yes, and I use both of those in a personal way. I do promote music stuff there, but also their personal pages. I kind of blur that line. I haven't established a specific music page for myself anywhere.
Understood. Cool. Well, for my part, since I think there's some folks watching who we are new to each other, I would love for folks to sign my email list, because honestly, like, social media is sketchy, and the algorithms show you what they want to show you, and usually it's like an ad for a shirt that you don't need. So if you want to know where I'm playing and all that stuff, the best way to keep up is to sign my email list, which is at my website, which I'll drop here in the comments. And you'll get a little prompt to sign the mailing list when you go to the website. And when you do that, you'll get a free MP3 download of my song "Call My Heart Home," and it's a demo. It's just an acoustic demo. It is a very basic recording, but sometimes that's kind of nice. It's like only you get it. Only the folks that sign the email list are going to hear that. And it's a brand new song that I wrote about parenthood and unconditional love and all that good stuff. So, well, speaking of, you mentioned that you made some decisions around what to play based on what I was playing, and I had not even included this song on my possibilities on my set list, but you've inspired me to play this tune called Broken Wing, which it's a song that I wrote following a big surgery that I had done, preventative surgery. I had a bilateral mastectomy and reconstruction because I'm very high risk for breast cancer, and genetically high risk, family history and all that. And so that's the recommended thing to do. And the recovery was really long. For me, it was like I want to say like an 8-week recovery, and I couldn't play guitar while I was recovering from that surgery. And once I was finally able to kind of get back to my day-to-day life and do things like play guitar and drive and cook and stuff like that, this song came out. It's a song about healing. It's called Broken Wing. I've been stuck in this place for days on end, feeling sorry for myself and wondering when, like a bird, I will fly, spread my wings in the wind. But I never saw a bird fly with a broken wing. Well, I can lie in my bed, covers pulled to my chin, or I can hide in my head as my racing thoughts spin, or I can open up the door, step outside and begin, 'cause I can't watch another day go by with my broken wing. Sometimes we gotta slow down while our broken places heal. We pray for miracles and miss the ones that take time to reveal. I'll take time with myself. I will walk before I run. The journey is slow and sometimes lonely, but I am not the only one. And every time I turn around, I can see just how far I've come, till I'm flying past the memory of that broken wing. As I fly into a world that I missed on the mend, I can sail and I can soar against the blue that never ends. And I know there'll be moments I'll take it all for granted again, but I'm better for the days I waited with a broken wing, 'cause I never saw a bird fly with a broken wing. Now, watch me as I fly.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Thanks.
I think there's healing in that song, too.
Thank you. That is the intent. So I hope anyone who needs a little healing found something resonated in the song.
And it reminded me, I haven't really written anything about this, but I had a couple of digestive surgeries because I essentially stressed myself into the hospital in my 20s. And it was pretty formative for me to go through that and have a week or so recovering from each surgery and then try to figure out, okay, how do I want to live if I don't want to have that kind of level of stress in my life?
Sure.
So that's where I went, hearing that song in my own experience.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about songs, right? Is we each sort of infuse the meaning with our own life experiences and fill in the gaps with our own stuff, which is great, and that's what you want to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, it's no fun recovering from surgery.
No.
What is oh, thank you, Jeanette. I take that as a compliment.
So do I. We were talking before we went live about how we appreciate it when our songs bring people to tears, because that's a genuine, unfaked response.
It's so true. It's funny when I used to, for folks who might not know, I used to practice law, and I did Social Security disability law, and there was this judge, this was in Houston, Texas, and I represented claimants who were trying to get disability benefits because they had various impairments that prevented them from working. And there was this judge in Houston who had a reputation for just being so mean, like mean to lawyers, mean to claimants, he must just, I feel a little bad for him. Like he must be a miserable human being, right? Just to be that horrible to people. But one day I was in there with this client for a hearing, and he says to my client, make sure you have a box of tissues because Ms. Shulman has a reputation for making her clients cry. And I was like, geez. I mean, what he meant was like when I would have my clients testify, a lot of times they were going through something that was so personal. And so it was the thing that like dominated their lives. And so it was pretty common that, like people get emotional when they're talking about these things, right? And having been through some tough stuff myself, I get it. And I just was like, anyway, I'm not sure why I went on that tangent. I guess now it's like, well, I do still make people cry, Judge Suttles. If you're out there watching, which you're not, I am still making people cry. Anyway, now it's just not in court. Hopefully. Well, enough of my blabber. Eric, play us out here tonight, and then I'll bring you back up to say goodbye. We can say goodbye to everyone together. And I want to thank everyone again for coming tonight and joining us for this.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you all for tuning in. Sometimes live in a room with people, I will say thank you for your listening. It becomes part of the music. It's a little harder to feel and experience that in this online setting, but I still believe it happens. So thank you for listening. And I'm going to send us out with a song that is, if I had a hit, this would be it. This is the song that sticks with people and that they will sometimes break out into singing when they see me and things like that. And it's for anyone who's ever been disappointed. So when I wrote a song about disappointment, it became a song about fishing, and this is it. Little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. Got to throw the small ones back. Well, your line was out, tackle box was open. You got a nibble, boy, you were hoping, but it never turned out to be nothing. Got to throw the small ones back. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. Got to throw the small ones back. Well, you brought one home. It was no winner, hardly a snack, much less a dinner. Fish caught too soon just don't get bigger. Got to throw the small ones back. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. Got to throw the small ones back. So the great big catch you thought you landed was just another minnow thinking highly of itself. You face the shore now empty-handed, and you think you'll go back home and put your tackle on the shelf. But you know, this time you just caught a small fish, one that wasn't worth the trouble that it took to reel it in. Don't think that this applies to all fish. Go out and cast your line again. go cast your line again. Well, so what you caught didn't match your wishing, and now you're thinking you're through with fishing. I say go back, keep right on casting, just throw the small ones back. 'Cause it's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. Got to throw the small ones back. I said it's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. It's a little tiny fish in a big, big ocean. Got to throw the small ones back. Got to throw the small ones back. Got to throw the small ones back.
Yeah. Oh, I love that song so much.
Oh, thank you.
It's like a perfect sing-along song.
It has that effect.
Yeah. These live streams, and we're in the same town. For folks that are in Denver, I should probably just like have them over and we do it together so we can like sing along, but
Whatever works, and whatever works safely.
Yeah, it's like that. But yeah, my mom clapping and said, fun song. Oh, and Amanda says, great night of music. Thank you both. Thanks for being here, Amanda. And Larry King, referring back to the other conversation, said, when I taught middle school, I made people cry all the time. Well, some of that is like the age, right? Like kids are just full of hormones in middle school and crying happens a lot. Good for me.
I guess we have many career paths open to us.
Yes. Professional maker of tears, or I don't know. That was... Anyway. Eric McEuen, thank you so much for being my guest this evening. It was so fun to have you, and your songs just shine. I mean, you write just such beautiful work, and I think every single song you played resonated with me, and I'm sure it did with the folks watching as well. And I just want to hear more. I want to hear more of your music. So I hope you are able to get out there and share it some more. And
Thank you. And thank you, Carolyn. I've felt similarly hearing your songs, and that I've really appreciated them, and I would love to hear more whenever the next opportunity is. I think you play more shows than I do.
Well,
it might be Folks Festival, actually.
Yeah, Folks Festival is the next one, Friday, August 12th, 10:30 a.m. And then there's also a Writers in the Round set, but it's undetermined yet whether I'll be playing on Saturday or Sunday for that. But it'll be the other finalists in the showcase. But yeah, I had like a spurt of shows, and then it's dropped off. Like I don't have anything else after Folks Fest right now. So
Okay.
got to work on that. But maybe the fall, maybe we can both get out there and do some more stuff. But
Sounds good. And meanwhile, thank you for having me as a guest. I've really enjoyed this exchange of music and conversation.
Me too, and you've been a wonderful guest. Thanks so much for sharing your beautiful songs. Thanks to everybody out there who watched, and to all the folks who generously sent us a little bit of support. We appreciate it. Wishing you all a wonderful Sunday night, and we'll see you out there sometime. Bye-bye.